the start him, sit him for week 4. Moving on to the next segment, we have Ride the Wave and Abandon Ship. We already explained that, right? In the beginning of the segment. So Ride the Wave, continue with the greatness, abandon ship, get away from that player before it's too late and you sync with him and your season is done. Mariano, since I just ended, do you want to go?
Yeah, so let me start off by saying I tried to tell y'all.
He tried to tell you. He did. He was saying it every episode.
I tried to tell y'all Josh Allen is a bad man.
I'm scared. We got
Did I send you the video?
Which video?
There was a highlight of him. Bro, it's just nasty. He's just... I'll send you the video. It's when he's like stiff arming the dude to the ground.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
It's nasty. So this dude last year balled out. He's balling out this year. He very well may be the fantasy MVP of this season. Putting up a ton of points. He's throwing it. He's running it. You name it. He's doing it. He's kind of having the Lamar Jackson of last year.
Yeah.
So far in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Him, Russ, and Patrick Mahomes are just playing amazing. Even Aaron Rodgers is playing amazing.
Everyone except Lamar.
Everyone except Lamar.
Well,
And speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to use that as a transition onto my first Ride the Wave.
there you go. Like
Aaron Rodgers, as I said earlier, last week, I said he's going to finish as a top 3 quarterback in fantasy. He's just so comfortable in that offense with Matt LaFleur. He's not showing his age like some of the other quarterbacks, aka Drew Brees. He can still throw the ball deep. We saw him slinging the rock down the field, puts up numbers, and he's comfortable. And that's the worst thing you could do is get a good quarterback comfortable in the system, bro. He's just darting people all day, bro. So, ride the wave with Aaron Rodgers for sure.
Yeah, I like it. My next one is Alvin Kamara, AK. He's having a bounce back year for sure. Last year was horrendous, and I know personally because I had him on my team. He had some good games here and there last year, but this week it just seems every week for the first 3 weeks he's killing it. Especially with Michael Thomas still being out, he's still gonna get the fair share of the entire offense. So
my running back one, call it right now. We're gonna bring back the tapes.
there you go. Yeah.
Going on to my next Ride the Wave, I have Jonnu Smith. He's just a young, athletic tight end. He reminds me of Darren Waller, but without the whole drug story and whatever, you know.
Right.
He's on a great team, great offense. Tannehill likes getting him the ball too, and he just has so much upside for me. He's a nice, young, athletic tight end, and they're using him great on that offense, just like the Raiders did with Waller last season.
Yeah. No, I like it. I picked him up last year. My next one's Calvin Ridley. 21 catches, 349 yards, and 4 touchdowns in the first 3 weeks of the season.
The man's a monster.
If he keeps that up, he's going to be top 5 wide receiver? Top 2?
Top three.
Top 3?
D-Hop and him are the top 2 right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know who 3 would be. To be honest, I haven't looked at the other stats like that, but I know for sure they're the top 2, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy's balling right now.
You called that earlier too, Mariano. Makes some good calls. He just doesn't follow his own advice.
That's it.
He just doesn't follow his own advice.
See, I thought I had an ace in the hole. I thought I had secrets that nobody else knew about. But them motherfuckers didn't work at all.
All right, going on to my next Ride the Wave, I have Keenan Allen. He's been an elite wide receiver. I've always said Keenan Allen is an elite wide receiver. He's up there with the D-Hops, with the Michael Thomases. The man is nice as a wide receiver. He's just dealt with injury, bad quarterback play. You name it, he's dealt with it all. But now that we have Justin Herbert in the offense, he's has some new life in the offense. And, a young quarterback loves an elite wide receiver to throw to. And also, he's second in targets behind DeAndre Hopkins. So he has the second most targets as a wide receiver. So keep on rocking with that, man. I know he had a bad first 2 games, and he had an explosive game. I think he's going to be consistent throughout the rest of the season, especially Herbert is that quarterback.
Yep. Yeah, I like that a lot. My next one, Ride the Wave, is Jimmy Graham. Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. And the real reason why, I mean, he's had 3 touchdowns in 3 games, right? And again, Nick Foles is at quarterback, so I would expect some more consistency at the quarterback position.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Again, they do have Trey Burton, but just ride the wave of Jimmy Graham, man. See what he's gonna do.
Yeah, especially you could just pick him up and you could just be chilling there.
Yeah.
It doesn't take up a spot, you know?
Yep.
Going on to my next ride the wave, I have Josh Jacobs. A lot of people are frustrated the last 2 weeks because he had such an explosive game in week 1. You know, he put up three touchdowns, over 30 fantasy points. Everyone was so hyped. And then following week he put up 12 points, and then the following week he put up like 7.9, something like that, right? You know, he's facing good teams these last couple of weeks. He's going to continue to face good teams. We have Buffalo, we have Tampa Bay, we have the Chiefs coming up. He's going to have some rough patches, I'm not going to lie. But Josh Jacobs is going to be used as a bell cow. We're going to run first. We're going to run the ball down every team's throat. He's not going to score 3 touchdowns every game. Nobody does that.
Right.
Just be realistic, you guys. Josh Jacobs is still a bell cow back, and he's going to get the usage that you want out of him. Just be patient. He's not going to get those 3 touchdowns every week. Just be realistic. You feel me?
Yep. For my next one, right? This dude is going to be the 2020 Raheem Mostert. Right? Raheem Mostert in 2019 killed the game, especially towards the end of the year. Right? So for my last one is Darrell Henderson. He scored 19 points in the last 2 games. And I think he's just slowly winning over that main spot at the running back position.
Like they finally got it figured out over there.
Yeah, they finally got it out. It's going to be Darrell Henderson.
Fucking shit show over there.
Yeah.
Thought it was Cam Akers show. We were hyping up Cam Akers.
And then it was Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown went off.
And then Darrell Henderson. So
it's like it's not so much of a committee no more. That's a good thing for fantasy players.
Right.
In my last ride the wave is David Montgomery. He had a bad game last week due to game script. I think he only put up like 6 points or something. However, Tariq Cohen is out for the season. He tore his ACL, I believe. So he's gonna get so much more work now. And David Montgomery is a back that he gets those 20 carries, he produces, bro. He had 1 good game so far this season. I think he put up like 18, 19 points or something like that. But yeah, definitely now that Tariq Cohen's out, you need to ride the wave with David Montgomery. I know you're frustrated off his performance last week, but wait it out, bro.
Yeah, wait it out.
All right, next segment.
We are on to Abandoned Ship.
Abandoned ship like the pirates do.
That's right.
Oh no, you're supposed to go down with your ship if you're a pirate, right?
Ain't doing all that. Pirates are crooks, bro. You really think they're gonna stay with the ship?
Jack Sparrow left the ship a bunch of times.
Thank
He
you.
used to go on his little boat. He's like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, kick it off, Mariano.
All right, so my first one's Carson Wentz. Get off of that train, man. We already talked about it earlier in the segments. Carson Wentz, let it go. Just stream quarterbacks if that's your main QB.
Yeah, I got him on my list too. And just a couple things I want to add. He had a cool game last week, right? Everyone's like, okay, Carson Wentz is back. However, that wide receiver group is so thin, so it's not doing him any favors. Zach Ertz is probably his number 1 target. Week in, week out, we don't know. D-Jax, what's the other? Arcega-Whiteside. You just don't know if Alshon's injured, right, or something going on. It's just looking a mess for him, and it's not looking good, and the offense is not inspiring at all. So yeah, abandoned ship on Carson Wentz. I had him too.
On all Eagles.
On all Eagles.
On all Eagles.
Even Miles Sanders.
Yeah, even Miles Sanders.
There you go. You heard it here. Mariano said abandon the Eagles.
Yep. My next one's Henry Ruggs. The injury just scares me. I thought that he was more banged up than he was when he got hurt in the first game. When John Gruden was riding him like crazy.
Yeah.
But clearly something isn't right, and you just got to drop him and move on. He was probably on your bench anyway. But I'd get someone else into that slot and rock with whoever's on the wire.
Hopefully he gets healthy though.
I'm hoping, man, because our offense is different when he's out there.
We need him to open up those underneath throws.
Or even the run game.
Yeah. Going on to my abandoned ship, I have Joe Mixon. Simply because they fucking throw the ball so fucking much on that team. Mm-hmm. They've thrown 141 passes. Joe Burrow has attempted in 3 weeks, bro. That's a shit ton of passes, bro.
That's almost 40 passes a game.
That's almost 40 passes a game, bro. One game he threw 60 fucking passes.
That's great for Tyler Boyd.
That is
one of my receivers.
That is good for the receivers, but for Joe Mixon, it's horrible.
Yeah.
He's a good running back. The offense isn't helping him, and the offensive line isn't helping him. Right. So, abandon ship on Joe Mixon if you can.
Yeah. My next one is David Johnson. So, David Johnson is only averaging 11.5 touches a game, which, I don't know, it's a decent flex, but RB1, RB2,
yeah,
I'd keep him out of there if you can. I mean, I'd love to have him at the moment, but if you had the luxury of expending one of your running backs, get rid of David Johnson.
Going on to my abandoned ship, I have Mark Ingram, simply because it's a running back by committee over there in Baltimore. He's no longer the running back one that we saw last season. He was a good steal last season. We ranked him high this season too, me and you, but we weren't expecting the whole running back by committee shit. But yeah, Mark Ingram, he's getting old too. He's not the back player he used to be. Obviously, if they have to implement those younger running backs in the game. But yeah, next time he has a big week, get him off your team, just like we told you to last week on our buy low, sell high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. My next one's J.K. Dobbins.
Just dogging on the Ravens running backs.
Yeah, man, I had such high expectations for this rookie running back class, and the only one that seems to be putting out is Jonathan Taylor.
James Robinson too, undrafted.
Yeah, James Robinson, but that wasn't on anyone's radar.
Yeah,
you know, J.K. I got it wrong. He's not ready yet. Mark Ingram still getting his touches and stuff. So
yeah, Gus Edwards leading the team in touches.
Yeah.
So it's just a horrible situation over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Going on to my next abandoned ship, I have Kenyon Drake. He had like so many big games when he joined Arizona last year, right?
Yeah.
We're not seeing that this year. He's not like the value that he's drafted at. He's drafted very high.
Yeah.
Right? Second round, early second round, early third round, you know. Drafted too high for me. He's not this dynamic running back one that everyone thought he was going to be. He's good flex play still, don't get me wrong, but he's just like not as dynamic as everyone was expecting him to be, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I have him in one of my leagues, and it's just not to what we expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for my last abandoned ship, it's going to be DeAndre Swift. This is another one that I was wrong about, and I'll take ownership, you know. I had so much hope for these rookie running backs.
About me?
Yeah, and it was just rough, man. So I'm abandoning ship on both of them. If you could pick anyone else up, do it now.
That was fucked up how they brought in Adrian Peterson like right to start the season,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Once they brought AP in,
This fucking fucked everything up.
that messed everything up.
Going on to my last abandoned ship, I have Jared Cook. He's a great athletic tight end, but he's just so touchdown dependent for me. He needs a touchdown every week to be relevant. He's on a good offense. However, they only use him. I guess they like using their wide receivers, and they also have Alvin Kamara. So, yeah, if you have Jared Cook, abandon ship for sure.
Get that man out of there.
And this concludes both of our segments for this week. So this is the end of our 4th episode of the Fantasy Extras podcast. Thank you everyone that's been listening to the podcast, that's been subscribing, that's been sharing, that's been liking, commenting, all that shit. Everyone that keeps us busy, everyone that keeps this page busy. We really appreciate it.
It's really appreciated.
If we don't have the motivation, there's no point to put all this shit out. So we do this shit week in, week out for you guys because you guys keep on coming back. And, you know, it's great. Our goal is to grow the channel, get more information out to more people. and it's working so far. Each week we're going up and follow our subscribers, everything. So appreciate you guys, really do.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
And that's pretty much it for this week. You got any last words, Mariano?
No, we good.
Ready to go to sleep? Ready to get high and go to sleep?
Cheech and Chong, the Fantasy Podcast.
You heard it here.
Heard it.
It's the Fantasy Esters. We're out, man.
Laters.